Eric Thompson. He doesn't believe in fair play.
Meet the future of our franchise. Yeah, is there a old-timers game today?
One day, I'm gonna play hockey in the big leagues, just like you.
Here's the deal, Gabe. Lower your expectations.
Do you think it's important to make these kind of films right now? Because they're special films, family films, that tell us to believe in something, you know. And
Sure.
right now, it's very, very tough times. Huh?
They are tough times. They are tough times. I think movies like this, family films like this that deliver a good message, a powerful message, believe in your dreams, believe that the impossible is possible, believe in your own potential. Movies like that, themes like that are important. Whoever it is can relate to somebody on the screen, and somebody on the screen, that somebody on the screen generally gets better. They become better by the end of the movie. And in that, I think that's important.
How do you find working with children?
I think they're wonderful. I think that they all bring a different personality, like all children, but I also think that I give them a lot of credit because they have to have a certain amount of capacity to come to the set every day, to know their character, know the arc of the story, storylines, plots, twists, things like that. Take direction well. So there's a lot, and they have to have a certain amount of capacity that can be impressive. And that reminds me of children who do well at sports, or children who do well at acting, or children who are very, very smart, or children who do well in school too as well and excel. I'm always impressed by that. So any child who does really well at something, I'm impressed with. Because when I was young, I did well at playing. That's what I was good at, playing and eating and getting in trouble. So I can appreciate all children who are accomplished.
How this idea came up, the tooth fairy idea? I can imagine the pitching of a film, you know what I mean? You have to see it, you know?
Sure.
Once you saw it, you say, okay, it all makes sense. But
then you get it, right.
Yeah.
But then when you think, oh, what's a tooth fairy about? The idea of the story of the tooth fairy has been around Hollywood for years, decades. 70s, 80s, 90s, I've been around for a long time. They pitched me the idea and I loved it. And at that time, it was only a one-line idea. It was like, the pitch was, it was a tooth fairy. That was it. I said, okay. But even in that concept to me that's funny. It's funny. Me, my world, whatever my world is, colliding with fairyland and being forced in. That's the key, by the way. Not you're born a fairy, a tooth fairy, or not you love being a tooth fairy, but you hate being a tooth fairy, and I'm going to force you into being a tooth fairy. That's cool.
This is the last question. Is it true you're going to make a film with Salma Hayek called Faster?
I tell you, we're hoping, and I'm hoping, to work with Selma. Right now they're in negotiations, and they're going back and forth, and oftentimes in negotiations, sometimes they do well, sometimes they fall through, and I'm hoping that, we're all hoping that they do well. But right now it's me, Billy Bob Thornton, Maggie Grace from Taken. We have a great director, George Tillman, directed Men of Honor and Notorious.
That sounds great.
Yeah, it is great, and Selma will make it greater. So I'm hoping to get it because I would love to work with her. I admire her. She's wonderful.
Thank you very much for everything.
Thank you.
Welcome to our country.
Thank you, Bruno.
Sir, are guilty of killing dreams.
The ultimate penalty.
You are hereby ordered to serve time as a tooth fairy.
Now, the meanest man in hockey
Raise your right hand. I swear to perform the duties of a tooth fairy.
is about to discover
Get him into flying school.
Oh, you better not know anything.